It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. As we get a peek at the number 2 overall pick from the 2016 draft, standing at 6'5", Carson Wentz.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers? 1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss. Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. From the 27th, Wentz, man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Stills the intended target. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter. Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown. And that last one, that hurts. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you? I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus? An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Locke, eluding the pressure right. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 38-yard line. A first down carry for Barkley. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 74 yards. Well, this is where... becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now. Number 3 in the league in rushing within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that, too. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way. This is caught. But he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them. And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley. His 19th touchdown now on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the rookie Saquon Barkley, the one who finishes things off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Now Wentz on third down. And that's complete to Sanders. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Wentz on the draw, leaves it for Sanders. The numbers for Sanders last week, 14 carries, 52 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and the coach didn't talk about establishing the run first, but they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. To throw is Wentz. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 47. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing now is Wentz. It's complete. Stills. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And just like that, it's 3rd down. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Throwing is Wentz. Oh, he almost had the rare interception. The big fella couldn't hang on, though. Incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And the Giants ready to come out now. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Clock will try again on 2nd down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Wentz now on first down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. The quick slant caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Trent Taylor, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. 11 yards on the pickup. On first down, Locke. He completes it to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Hey, team 6.
Locke now on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It's a gain of 34.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around to make it.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Giants have taken the lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Rosas to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a carry for Sanders. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
We got 4.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fielded just inside the 20. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Look at me. Go.
Barkley. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
70, Indy, X3, 218, chop. Hey, box drop.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. It's caught. Jones. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Lock now, 6 of 10 in this 1st half. He's got his guys a 1st down here. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
Hurry.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Lock gonna throw.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play back.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Wentz now to throw. They're going deep here for Taylor, and that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. And Stills bringing it in. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the 2nd quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
A final shot before half for Locke. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So we have reached halftime, an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the 2nd half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. Officially an even 100 yards coast to coast on a kick return. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjusts. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. There for the sack, B.J. Hill. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they need to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now Wentz. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. One heck of a third down conversion. 33 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Offense.
Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The big gainer there on the catch and run. 37 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey,
and he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. J.J. Watt, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132.5. On the draw, here's Sanders. 5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as they'll be left with a 3rd and long. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Wentz going to throw, and that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. He stepped right up like a pro.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Watch the whip.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Locke again here on 2nd and 10. Jones has it. Dashing through the snow. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Giants. Julio Jones with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Carson Wentz and the Eagles make their way out to the field. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Wentz to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I think we've seen this before. If someone's down 3 scores, that situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Getting set to go again on offense. We get a peek at Julio Jones now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense. In other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
From the 40 now on second down. Lock caught by Jones. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 17 yards and a giant first down. With that catch, he's now 18 away from 1,000, so he's at 982, and that's how many Randy Moss had, 2018 Hall of Famer.
And similar to the recent Hall of Famer, we argue about which catches were the most memorable, because so many of them were 982 and counting.
To throw on second and 10. Lock. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 24-yard line. Lock now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Throwing on first down is Lock. And he rifles one incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target. And now it's second down. From the 24, they'll go again on second and 10.
Check 93's the mic. Hey, Haywood. Check 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Get it.
Back to the air on second down. It's Lock. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wentz and the Eagles now with a first and 10 at their own 13. So after the INT, here's Wentz. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Right back to Sanders on first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Wentz throwing complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Reuben Foster in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Throwing now is Wentz. Ertz over the middle. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And he finds Stills complete. And he's got this down to the 35.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. Third down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield and they curl back.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. O'Shane Zimenez, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz.
We've been around this league for a while.
And the pressure gets to him again. O'Shane Zimenez in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth. That catch, by the way, number 505 of his career, and that ties him with a couple of other tight ends for the past, Frank Wycheck and Dallas Clark.
And those guys were excellent players, but how about what we're seeing right now? 505 and rising.
And this is caught inside the 5. Wow, first and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw is Wentz. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Kenny Stills, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles get a score closer.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know.
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, echo. Ready?
A lot going to throw it here. It's complete to Jones. Whistles now in a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, Locke. This will be caught just inside the 10. Now the ball comes loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Wentz. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Throwing is Wentz. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think inclement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Wentz signaling frantically, let's get to the line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. They fake the give. Now Wentz. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Chris Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.